Weddy Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's hashtag Anime Nerdigan review is going to be for My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 2, also known as Episode 15. The title of the episode is The Roaring Sports Festival. Basically how my Anime Nerdigan reviews work, I'm just going to give you a brief explanation and not take too long, is basically I have the manga up while I'm watching the anime, and if shit's like out of place, or if like scenes are out of order, I should say, I'll call that out. If the context of the sentence, the context of the sentence is completely different than what it was in the manga, I'll call that shit out too. And what was the other thing? And the only thing is if there's word changes, unless it again it's not within the context of what the sentence or the dialogue is in the manga, I'm not going to call that shit out. Some word changes I might, because the manga had a little bit of a better wording for it, but I won't be calling that out usually. Anyway, I have high standards for this anime because last episode fucking set the bar pretty high for My Hero Academia, and the chapter that this episode mainly covers, is chapter 23. And something that kind of bothered me is it skipped some of the content that was at the beginning of the chapter completely. But I don't completely mind it too much because we did get that recap. But this is what was skipped, where you see all the media and our favorite MC Hero is there and says to the media, "Gather round, mass media. It's time once again to see the high schoolers you know and love revel in their youth. It's UA Sports Festival, everybody. Are you ready?" And then it goes in after, of course, the opening song. It goes to straight into the Izuku All Might conversation. But before that, it says 2 weeks earlier, which would have been nice to have. In all honesty. But the conversation scene with Izuku and All Might was fucking perfect, especially when Izuku was muttering and you saw the mutter. I was like, yes, I am very happy with this. Everything, like the dialogue was just goddamn perfect. Everything, the scenes were perfect, including the clonk, But the thing is that frustrated me was in the next scene, though, when Ochaka comes out, is that, first of all, it's supposed to say after school, and there's all this chat that literally says chatter in the manga. That wasn't in the anime. And I fucking hate when anime does this. It's like, it's bipolar. Just either do it or don't do it at all. Like, seriously, it's getting fucking annoying. But the dialogue was really, really good here. It was perfect. I love my Bakugo so goddamn much. I wish he would have said I didn't give a crap, but whatever. But something that I really appreciate that this anime does, compared to some other animes, is like when you see in the manga, like, for example, this is after Bakugo starts walking and talks about because we're the kids who survived a villain attack. Makes sense that they'd want to look before the sports festival, and Munurta is just like freaking the fuck out. And Izuku said, "And that's him on a good day." That was there, and he said basically that's Kachan, but whatever. But I love my Bakugo so goddamn much. It's perfect. It's like everything in this scene is basically fucking perfect. Let's see, what was the other thing here? Oh shit, where is it? Oh, even the little flashback that Kachan has, or not Kachan, that Izuku has of Kachan is perfect. And I like that there's a little bit of extra. It's actually a little bit longer, but it works. I fucking love it. But the thing that really kind of pissed me off, and this was for the before Izuku's inner monologue, was he said, "Am I such an idiot?" No, it's not a question in the manga. It's a statement. He says, "I'm such an idiot." So why did you change a statement to a question? I don't know. Because Izuku recognizes that he's stupid, that he doesn't have like a purpose or whatever. But even that is goddamn perfect. The rest of the inner monologue is perfect, with the exception of this was skipped, and I wish they would have shown it during the during the montage, hell, even with the extra content in the montage, which I love that we're seeing more of the other classmates. That makes me, and I think I understand why they're doing that, because the chapters, this chapter in particular isn't that long, and or the amount of content, I should say, isn't that much. So I don't mind them adding to it if they're just going to stick to like one chapter. I got a feeling it's going to go. Like if they're just doing chapter 23, I'm totally fine with this. But the thing is that I wish that was there. And I really fucking, by the way, I fucking love when Mineta came up. That shit was funny. This was skipped. Determined to give it our all, each of us prepared in his or own way. Those 2 weeks flew right by, and that was completely skipped. And that was annoying that was skipped. But other than that, like, for this particular scene, I love it. I love that this anime is including inner monologues. It's not like an all or nothing. It's not like so bipolar with the inner monologues. And it's really, really, really nice and really refreshing to see with this anime compared to some animes. Cough, cough, Zerk. Sorry, they did have the time pass by, but it should have been 2 weeks flew by. But I guess that's because that they didn't show the 2 weeks earlier thing. Whatever. But I don't mind this extra content we're getting with Izuku and his mother. I really like that, I like that we're getting this extra content. Especially if it involves character development and shit. I'm down with this. This was kind of skipped in the inner monologue. This last line was in particular, which was today's the day of the UA Sports Festival. But again, I kind of understand why the anime did that, and it's because they didn't do the 2 weeks the 2 weeks earlier thing. But yeah, that's the main thing. I don't mind it too much, but again, I really wish they would have followed the manga like to a T when it came to the timeline. It would have been really nice. Oh, and something else that I really like is I like that we get to actually see the festival itself, because in the manga you don't really get to see a lot of it. I mean, like by the time we see Mount Lady, she already has her food. And I really, 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 really like this. I really like that they're adding more depth to this chapter and that we get to see the actual festival. I really, really like that. So, props for you, My Hero Academia. You know what? I'm not going to be too bad about having the our favorite MC hero, at this, his dialogue here instead of at the beginning. I'm not gonna hate it too much, because you know why? The lines were perfect. But it's kind of it frustrates me just a little bit. But at the same time, the thing is what's okay with me for this particular scene change is it flows really nicely with how the events are going. So I'm okay with this scene change. This, especially since we didn't get the 2 weeks earlier and like the 2 week timeline shit. I'm definitely fine with this. I really am, to be quite honest. And I'm curious, especially manga nerdigans, what do you think about that? So now we're going into chapter 24, and something that I was really worried about is if they're going to cut out content, because there's about, at this point, it's at the 13-minute 20-second mark when it goes into chapter 20. Hold on a second, let me make sure. To chapter 24. So I'm curious how if they're gonna cut out a lot of shit from this chapter or not. But we'll see. We'll be able to tell you in just a second. Now let's get to the second half of this episode and into chapter 24. But for the most part, I loved what they did with chapter 23. Definitely loved it. Anime, what is with you turning questions into statements into questions? You did it last episode, last chapter, and you did it again. So, here's the sentence that was out of that ended up being a question when it should have been a fucking statement. And that was, first up, you know who I'm talking about, and that's, in the introduction. And also they did it again because he had what the question is in the anime is Hero Course Class 1A, right? And it's basically no, it's just the first years of the Hero Course. I just fucking hate when anime does this. Stop changing fucking statements to questions. Ah, it's annoying. This little line was skipped from Kirishima, and it was he was going, yeah, nope, just gets me pumped up. Or no, that was Bakugo that said that. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Maybe I read my notes wrong here. Shit, stupid commercial. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure my notes are right here. Scratch that. The dialogue's perfect, but there was no yeah from Hiroshima. Anime, you can't do this shit. Stop being fucking bipolar on this. I can't stand it. I gotta say, I love the extra commentary we're getting. I fucking love it. I love the animation for the obstacle course. It's beautiful. It's pretty beautiful. It is freaking beautiful. And again, there was a little bit of a scene change, an order of sequences, I should say, when it came to the commentary and when it started. But you know what? The way it's flowing right now, I really don't mind it. It's really, really nice. And if we're gonna do scene changes like that, My Hero Academia is how you do it. They are doing a fantastic job. I am definitely down with this. And the best part is, there's no content being cut from this chapter at all. It's mainly they're adding stuff, which I'm totally fine with. I am loving this shit. I love the additional content that we're getting. This episode in itself, oh my god, the rest of the chapter itself that was adapted, all the the rest of the inner monologue was there. We got a little bit of extra content of Izuku's mother watching it and telling him to run. This episode is just great. This anime is just great. And I am so fucking happy that My Hero Academia is this good. I really, really am. And this is, if you want a good manga to anime adaptation, I'm giving 2 thumbs up for you, My Hero Academia. You are raising the bar for me for anime. Because it proves you could do one chapter, or in this case they did 2 chapters this episode, and not only did they manage to get all the content in there, but they had it so they could add extra content, and I'm very, very happy with this. I am very happy, and I want to know what you nerdigans thought of this episode, especially the Boku no Hero Academia manga nerdigans. Did you guys like this episode? With the scene changes, do you guys agree with me that it really works with the flow of events compared to what the manga had? I definitely am going to say yes. It really, really did. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about what you thought about this episode, and especially my manga nerdigans. I want to know. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. And make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's all in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later.